So we get back to my place. My guy, one thing leads to another. You know now.
Airlines airplane. It's the funniest thing ever.
But the release of Inaki was very impressive again, finding that space behind the Barcelona backline. Good ball.
Speaking of that, right on the chalk, Semedo, but looked like Yuri Berchiche got the ball first, no argument.
Yep, well read by Yuri, ex-Sociedad, ex-PSG, where comes across, reads him like Jack and Jill went up the hill, and certainly this one was onside. Beautiful touch. He has that touch that he goes with that right foot. He doesn't trust the left, and the right foot's never going to have the power with a side footer like that to beat Ter Stegen.
Well, he has long been a player of promise. The first prominent black player on this all-Basque side. But he's there for his talent that is finally starting to bloom. 13 goals last year, although the majority of them after Garitano stepped in. And in recent years, he's had to play the deputy to Aduriz, but he's the sheriff now. Good step in by Yuri. Across midfield. Almost, but Alba steals it away.
Athletic Club bursting through this young midfield of Barcelona. And they get that space ahead of them, and that's going to be maintained the entire 90 minutes with this truly athletic club. Pardon the pun. But he is a wonderful player launching from that midfield. Whether it be Raul Garcia or Danny Garcia.
Rolling it in for Suarez.
Oh, nice control.
Looking to settle Griezmann, who's pinched into the middle.
Well won.
The referee might have been screened, but no signal anywhere else.
Nothing wrong.
Alba. Suarez wanted it, but can't always get what you want. Here's De Jong. Dembele with Semedo. Dembele. Griezmann, but well read by Uri Alvarez to steal it away.
Trying to set up Sergio Roberto there. He was a little flat-footed, and Antoine producing a little rabbit out of his magic hat there.
Semedo. Does he get the bump? Nope, it will be a goal kick. There's an intensity here that you normally don't feel for an opening game. These are two teams that are longtime rivals.
Like I said earlier, Phil, without Messi, any team coming up against Barcelona are going to think that we've got a chance today. We've got more than a chance. And it's not as if he is a one-man team. I get that. But without that inspiration that floods through Barcelona, it just really emboldens your opponent. We've seen it every time Leo hasn't been there. And so far, Barcelona haven't exactly been struggling, but haven't put their synchronized passing football together, but playing within themselves. Having said that, Athletic Club have certainly shown that they've got a good unity amongst themselves, very well organized and no way through. We got lucky here.
Suarez denied. Alenia off target.
Griezmann wanted the ball played in front of him on the deck, and it's been a little bit scrappy with his play so far. Calles, a 21-year-old youth product.
Let's get to that in a minute. We mentioned that Coutinho had not been in the starting lineup. Now we know
That's
why.
That's a great example, Phil, of had Coutinho been on that ball right there, he does have that world class to thread that golden needle for Antoine Griezmann. But Alassane Niang, I've seen him play some wonderful football in his young days at Barcelona.
Longley shielding it well. It'll be a goal kick. There's another player on the bench. Not saying he would have made the pass, but if Ivan Rakitic was out there, Sergio Roberto would probably be on this left side, and he might have made the pass. But no Rakitic in the starting lineup. Does that mean he might be on the move? That's another player that has seen the transfer rumors swirl.
Well, whatever equation you put down, and this is the rumor and the situation that the world has been trying to figure out, this Rubik's Cube of transfer to get Neymar here. There's all these variations, but if the rumors are right, going through to Bayern Munich, Coutinho, that's a big chip taken off the table, but who knows what goes on behind closed doors. And the Germans have certainly kept their secret very well locked up. We'll see.
Spain still has a bit of time to go before the window closes. Italy, the next one of the big clubs, just before the transfer, just before the season starts.
2 weeks.
But in Spain and France, they still have a couple of weeks. Ter Stegen.
Disappointing end to Barcelona's season, of course. Not just the nightmare of Anfield, but the Copa del Rey as well. At Valencia served them some real good football, and one trophy, La Liga, was incredibly won by a biggest distance ever over Real Madrid. But that's not good enough for Barcelona.
And once again, with their focus on Europe.
And they did advance. They improved in the Champions League. The saddest and sourest of endings, of course, served to them by the boys from the Mersey. But they still did advance well.
Suarez trying to poke it free. Dani Garcia, ex-Eibar product, sliding into the midfield.
I haven't seen Suarez at all serve up any sort of threat in the opening 21 minutes now. Depending on his service. Antoine's seen a good bit of the ball. Dembele on the other side hasn't seen too much of it as well.
In from Munayin.
Nicely.
Draws the foul.
Wonderful. Talk about quick feet. And take a look at this and replay it. And I hope they just don't see the foul there. Thank you, Mr. Producer, again. Wonderful shake. Sends his shadow the wrong way. Wonderful.
Nice steal on lay.
A fabulous little player, Ika Munayin, the youngest ever player to play for Athletic Club.
Semedo in a foot race. He should win that, but Iker's staying with him.
Good cover behind that space, so Phil had nothing to run into.
Again, Ray, with the focus, Messi last year said it was the focus. This year, we're hearing the same, trying to flick it on Suarez. But you wonder, with all of the changes, especially Real and Atletico, is Barcelona vulnerable at the top? Out wide for Yuri. Drives it in. Piqué will parry. But right back to the red and white.
Little
great game again. Dani Alves gets forward all the time. Here's Messi. Alves.
وضعية التسلل يشير لها الحكم في هذه اللحظات لدفاع فريق برشلونة في الخلف لصالح كليمون لونغولي وجيرارد بيكي. هاي الوضعية هنا نعم ويليامز. وضعية التسلل سرعة فائقة خرج بها لونغولي وكسر وضعية التسلل هذه. سيميدو استلم الكرة من هنالك مغلوق على عثمان ديمبلي من هنالك من يوري بيرشيش وعلى جريزمان من هنا فرانكي ديونغ يرجع لبيكي. اشتغل كثيرا ديونغ في وسط الميدان كل نحلة فوق أرضية الميدان لا يتوقف تماما عن الجري سواء عندما تكون الكرة عند لاعبي البارسا أو عند الخصم. أبان عن قدرات وإمكانيات وانسجام كبير وتعود كبير على اللعب مع فريق برشلونة ولو أنه متعود وكذلك على اللعب مع أياكس في مستوى عالي وفي نمط لا يختلف كثيرا عن نمط لعب فريق برشلونة في الاستحواذ والضغط العالي من أجل الاسترجاع وهي المهمة التي يقوم بها بامتياز فرانكي ديونغ. بيلباو لم يفوز في آخر 11 مواجهة ضد البارسا 9 خسائر وتعادلان 11 مباراة لم يفوز تقريبا في 6 مواسم الماضية. كرة في المخالفة لصالح عناصر اتلتيك بيلباو كل عناصر برشلونة بما في ذلك لويس سواريز في منطقتهم في هذه الكرة العالية التي سينفذها أوناي لوبيز رفقة الإيكير مونياين. تلعب مع مونياين. لوبيز عرضية بعيدة هايلة من هنالك في القائمة الثانية وبيكي بالراس تسترجع من عثمان ديمبلي رجعت لكابا. كابا رجع للخلف تماما في اتجاه مدافعه يوري بيرشيش على الجهة اليسرى من هنالك ما زالت لعناصر اتلتيك بيلباو. ألينيا يخطفها ويلعبها من هنالك تروح لفرانكي ديونغ ألينيا وسيميدو غطى كورتو وفاتو راح التماس يقول حكم المباراة لاتلتيك. جماهير بيلباو تتفرج على هذه المباراة. هناك فرق بين مناصر يتفرج ومناصر يشجع. اللي يشجع اللي يصفق ويصرخ ويتجاوب أما اللي يتفرج ولو انه جماهير بيلباو معروفه بانها تشجع اكثر من جماهير برشلونه اللي تتفرج اكثر يعني كانها تتفرج على مسرحيه يعني. كره يصل عناصر اتلتيك بيلباو في الخط الخلفي البحث عن أوناي لوبيز على الجهه اليمنى تلعب مع كابا اندر كابا دخل هيله الخطيره وضعيه تسلل لا الحكم رفع الرايه لا لم يرفعها. تلعب من هنالك مع راؤول غارسيا الحكم في نهايه المطاف رفع الرايه. طبعا هذا التأخر في رفع الراية عادي وطبيعي. الحكام المساعدين على تقنية الفار هذه يرفعون الراية في آخر اللحظات يعني حتى تخلص اللقطة يعني. لأنه إذا خاصة إذا كانت وضعية تسلل مشكوك فيها أما إذا كانت واضحة فلا حرج أنه يرفع الراية في الوقت المناسب عندما يلاحظ بأن هناك وضعية تسلل. كرة من هنالك على الجهة اليمنى لصالح سيميدو فرانكي ديونغ بيكي لونغلي محاصر من ويليامز مضطر يرجع لمارك أندري تير شتيغن 29 دقيقة لعب. صعب جدا أننا نشوف اليوم البارسا يعني وصعب جدا أننا نشوف أتلتيك بيلباو اللي متعودين عليه في المباراة الأولى في الموسم. سيرجي روبرتو فرانكي ديونغ ألينيا استلم ألينيا على الجهة اليسرى طلبها جوردي ألبا وصلته في أحسن الظروف. جوردي ألبا انطلق. جوردي ألبا توزيع عرضية خطيرة كرة جريزمان سواريز والتغطية الدفاعية. جوردي ألبا جريزمان بلمسة سحرية في اتجاه سواريز. كل يتامى اليوم من دون أب من دون قائد من دون زعيم. عثمان ديمبلي استلمها من هنالك على الجهة اليمنى يحاول يمر. عثمان مازال لا تعرف ما يفعل بالكرة. عثمان ديمبلي لعبها من سواريز. سيميدو ديمبلي مازال سيرجيو روبرتو. سيميدو مرة ثانية يلعب مع ديمبلي، ترجع له سيميدو، يلحق على الكرة هذه، يحاول يمر سيميدو، الكرة راحت ضربة مرمى. يقول حكم المباراة ديل سيرو جراندي لصالح دفاع فريق اتلتيك بيلباو. وبعد 30 دقيقة لعب لحد الآن التعادل ما زال سيد الموقف 0-0. كرة بعيدة من هنالك، لصالح دفاع برشلونة. الضغط العالي من جانب لاعبي فريق اتلتيك بيلباو، يسترجعون الكرة، محاولة التسديد مرة ثانية ما بين أحضان تيرشتيغن، كانت عن طريق أوناي لوبيز. تسديدتان لحد الآن من جانب لاعبي فريق اتلتيك بيلباو. عثمان ديمبلي يلعب فرص ناحية سيرجيو روبرتو، تروح لألينيا على الجهة اليسرى، يجي جوردي ألبا. ألينيا يلحق على الكرة، يلعبها مع جريزمان، حاول يمر جريزمان، ما زال عنده الكرة، يرجع للخلف تماما في اتجاه جوردي ألبا. جوردي ألبا يحاول يمر، مضطر يرجع لألينيا مرة ثانية. تلعب من هنالك ناحية عثمان ديمبلي. عثمان ديمبلي يبحث عن سيرجيو روبرتو، يفضل يلعبها فيها الوسط لألينيا. ألينيا مع جوردي ألبا، كرة ممتازة. جوردي ألبا يلحق على الكرة ويوزعها، والدفاع يتدخل من هنالك عن طريق أوناي نونيز، يخرج هذه الكرة البعيدة للأمام بحثا عن ويليامز، يتفوق عليه بيكي، تسترجع من لويس سواريز يرفض هدية من لاعب فريق اتلتيك بيلباو، وانطلق مونياين من هنالك على الجهة اليسرى. يا مونياين بعيدة، لم يقبل لويس سواريز هذه الهدية التي منحت له من قبل مدافع اتلتيك بيلباو، وجها لوجه ضرب الكرة في القائمة الأيمن، ورجعت أخطر فرصة لعناصر البارسا كانت من هدية وضاعت.
Barca need right now is to make the substitution. Good run there by Capa down the right-hand side. Capa sets up Raúl Garcia, who struggled a little bit to get that finish.
We need to make the sub, and we need to just take the ball and calm everything down.
Athletic win the ball back.
And 36 minutes on, and Ter Stegen
Now
has been
Frankie de Jong manages to force the foul, and Barca will be able to make the substitution.
Oh, no.
This is not good news.
No, it's not.
The injury. Luis Suarez.
I wonder what the formation will be like now.
Yeah, he was making signs.
Luis Suarez taken off, and is that where he gets injured? I mean, he bumps into a defender. Collision there. I'm not sure if
I don't
there.
see much.
Previous action.
Yeah, because he
Yeah, I don't know. Rafinha's come on to replace him. So Rafinha starts from the left at the moment. Griezmann moves into the middle. So Ousmane Dembélé switches over. Oh no, stays at the right-hand side. Sorry.
Okay, Robert, I need to tell you, there's people watching us from Indonesia, New York, Peru, India, and Ethiopia as well.
All over the globe. All over the globe. Amazing.
It's really good to hear that. It is.
Awesome.
I love to hear that. I love that we have fans watching from all over the world, and we're here to serve you. I mean, we can't show you the match, obviously, but we try to do our best to let you know what's happening. Now Barca is on the move attacking. Here is Frankie de Jong. Alanya.
Did you see
in the middle is Rafinha.
They pass it to him, and he's in such tight spaces with 3 players surrounding him. He manages to get out of it and pass to another player. It's incredible.
Power on the cross by Dembélé. The ball goes out for a throw-in. 7 minutes remaining in this first half. Still 0-0.
And you haven't told us your highlights.
Highlights, of course. Yeah. Okay. Highlights of the pre-season. Shall I save them for half-time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll save them for half-time. I get 8 more minutes to think about that.
Yeah, it's his calf.
It's a sword.
They
He's
wrapped
got
it up
ice on his
in
calf. Okay, so if it's muscular, I mean, I'm a bit more relieved.
Yeah, that's not as big as a problem.
I mean,
It's the same thing that Messi actually has, that he picked up a week ago.
Messi's out with a calf injury as well. So we have a full week now before the next game, so he'll get a full week to recover. We'll see if that's enough, if he needs more time. But we've added depth. We've added Antoine Griezmann.
Yeah. And this opens the door of opportunity for maybe Carlos Perez in the second half.
We'll see.
And he's proven.
Here comes another long-range shot. This time Dani Garcia with the attempt. Went out. No danger there for Marc-Andre Ter Stegen. Athletic making a push in this final quarter of an hour of the first half. Barca will play from behind, but Athletic press forward. Here's Jordi Alba. Forward pass to Frankie de Jong, or Sergio Roberto, who had to just head it away. Here is Athletic playing from behind.
Dembele has come all the way back on the left side now.
Capa. Raúl Garcia. Now Athletic switch things over to the left-hand side. Barca defending at the moment. Antoine Griezmann trying to move up the pressure. Athletic playing with Yeray in their own half. Here is Capa. Yes, Dembele on him. Dembele has moved to the left.
Yeah. Now it's interesting to see his connection with Jordi Alba.
The flag hasn't been raised as Barca played it forward to Antoine Griezmann. He connects with the run of Carlos Alanya.
No, offside.
Oh no, it is offside. The flag is being raised late.
Very late. Very, very late. For all the technology that we have, very late.
I think they've been instructed to do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was that offside?
I read that last season.
Alba played it forward. Griezmann was not offside, but the flag was raised anyway. Athletic with the ball. Dembele fighting in defence.
All the way tracking back.
Here's Yeray.
5 minutes. We need a goal, guys.
Do we get it?
Yeah.
Do we get it in this first half? I feel they're coming in the second.
It doesn't look like, at least
it's a very
from Barca.
equal match.
Hard to say that, but
Here's
so
De Marcos with the cross into the hands of Marc-Andre Ter Stegen there. No trouble for our starting goalkeeper.
no trouble, but he's been really crucial this first half.
Oh no, yeah, he has been. He has been. I mean, I meant no trouble in this particular act.
No.
I mean, he made a wonderful save in front of Iñaki Williams. He made another one off of a long range shot by Williams as well. So, I mean, if we're not losing, it's thanks to Marc-Andre ter Stegen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here is Aleñá. Barca moving forward. Semedo.
Come on,
Yes.
guys.
Who's that? Sergio Roberto now, playing on the right.
Griezmann.
Oh, Griezmann playing on the right. Sorry.
Completely on the right, now Dembele's on the left.
Okay, I was completely lost there. So I was assuming that Griezmann was in the middle. So Griezmann's on the right, Rafinha's in the middle, and Dembele is on the left.
Is it against Napoli that they played this way, but with Suarez in the middle? Was it against Napoli? I don't recall.
Not sure. I mean, we've seen Griezmann in all three positions throughout the pre-season, and we've seen Rafinha playing in that false nine role as well.
And
Done fairly well as well.
Yeah, very well, especially coming back from such a serious injury.
I mean, and for the third time.
Yeah, he's just so strong mentally to be able to go through all of that.
Because he hasn't been lucky, let's say that.
No, I mean, when the injury came last season, he was doing so well replacing the injured Lionel Messi. He was replacing the injured Lionel Messi. We won 5-1 at Camp Nou with Rafinha starting instead of Messi against Real Madrid.
It's insane.
He scored against Inter Milan as well.
Yeah, he did.
He was doing so well. Oh, Valverde.
We don't see that a lot. Oh, this is
a bit
the
angry
first.
right now.
An intense Ernesto Valverde.
I wonder who he was talking to.
I don't know.
Sure, but he wanted something
he wasn't
to go
happy
straight forward.
about
Not
it.
happy.
Here is De Jong
protecting the ball,
and he does a good job of it.
Shielding it, just like Busquets.
Here is Piqué running forward. Further forward is Nelson Semedo. Now Rafinha on the right. Griezmann in the middle. I feel like they're just interchanging positions constantly. Here is Frankie de Jong. Rafinha on the right. Looking for space. Here comes the shot by Rafinha. Oh, it hit the crossbar. Oh, wow. The shot by Rafinha from the edge of the box, from the corner of the box, I'd say, on the right-hand side. What a chance there for Barca.
Comment, actually, so I missed it.
Rafinha so close.
Show us the replay.
I know.
Show us the replay. I mean, I'm going to tell you what this reminds us of. What reminds me of, we'll see in the replay, there's been a foul on Raúl García. Here's the shot by Rafinha. Coming in on the right.
Wow.
The keeper gets a touch. It was going straight to the
imagine
top
if that went in. Rafinha comes in and he scores.
Top right corner for the keeper. Unai gets a touch and then it hits the crossbar. That reminded me of the shot. We'll see if you remember this. The shot by Lionel Messi against Chelsea back in 2006, I think it was. Lionel Messi put on a hell of a performance against Chelsea. 2-1 win in 2006 on our way to win the Paris Champions League. It was the game in which Asier del Horno got a red card because of a foul on Messi, and in the second half he produced a shot exactly like that one which hit the crossbar.
Same.
Rafinha so close to scoring, so we've hit the post twice. Luis Suarez
3 times
and
the
his
charm.
replacement Rafinha.
Yeah.
So final seconds of regulation in this first half. Barca have just had a wonderful opportunity which almost went in.
You can see PK encouraging the players.
Captain role.
Yeah.
Corner kick for Athletic.
Man, imagine if that goal would have went in, Rafinha.
It was like 2 minutes since going big.
And what a shot, like curled.
Here comes the cross inside, headed away by Piqué. We'll see how much time is added on. Just 1 minute after the injury of Suarez. And that doesn't count now because the ball went out for a throw-in. So Barca regain possession, 45 seconds left in this first half. I'm struggling to think. I think Rafinha had actually scored a goal similar to that a few seasons back under Luis Enrique. Definitely. It was away. It was either Rayo Vallecano or Elche or one of those stadiums. Granada. No. I'm struggling to think now, but he has scored from that kind of distance.
No, he's a top player.
He is.
And he shows that many times.
But like with the injuries.
Yeah, he's just very unfortunate with injuries. 60% Barca, 40 Athletic.
Yeah, we have the ball.
We're having the ball more. We've had a couple of clear chances.
Yeah.
I'd say in isolated situations, but Barca players are trying to connect there up front.
Yeah, absolutely. Just
we can hear the final whistle of the first half. 0-0. Bad news for Barca in that Luis Suarez has had to walk off injured, and Rafinha was his replacement. Half-time at the San Mamés, Athletic 0, Barca 0. So, initial thoughts here on this first half performance by Ernesto Valverde's men.
Well, I think in the beginning it was a bit slow, and Athletic were the one that were just constantly attacking. But then as the game progressed, Barcelona got back into their rhythm. 2 points for me. Luis Suarez's injury, huge bummer. But I'm glad it wasn't anything related to his knee.
Yeah.
And it's just a calf injury. If it is just a calf injury, that he'll be back in a couple weeks. Hopefully, nothing more. And I like to talk about De Jong a lot again. The way that he just protects the ball and he shields the ball, he's so calm, collected, and that's exactly a player that we need for games like these.
I feel, let's see if I'm accurate here. He's one of those players who will barely make the highlights.
yeah,
Because
I agree.
it's not spectacular in a way that you'll watch a slow-mo of what he's done and it'll be like, wow.
But he's
like,
so crucial.
Like a bicycle
Yeah.
kick or a dribble or
yeah.
something like that. But he's so important in what he does.
He
It
works in
makes
the
it look
shadow.
easy playing from behind.
Yeah, it's why Busquets was never really awarded for any sort of award in the past, I don't know how many years.
Exactly.
But he's been
It's the same kind
so
of thing.
crucial for the team that without Busquets, I don't think we would have reached that many trophies.
Yeah, it's like we don't see like their work, what they do, but if they're not there,
Exactly.
we see them.
Exactly.
We see that they're not there. We see that we're missing something there, and it's exactly.
Well, I think in a few minutes, whenever they tell me, we'll be able to talk to Georgina, who's been witnessing the game live at the San Mamés Stadium.
The atmosphere there, because it's been crazy.
I know, it's been so crazy and loud.
Yeah,
Very
It's a
loud.
loud crowd.
The drums in the
Stop
beginning.
singing.
Yeah, exactly.
For a minute.
Exactly. Athletic, we're watching right now the highlights of the first half. They started out stronger. Iñaki Williams with a couple of opportunities, and you pointed it out, both Julia and Sarah.
Yes.
So Stegen crucial early on.
Very crucial, yeah.
Absolutely. He did an amazing performance, and we said that we would have trouble with Williams because she's really fast, and then he grabs the ball whenever he wants, and he does whatever he wants with the ball. But then Ter Stegen has been, so focused on the ball every time that went close to him, and he stopped everything. And some of them were difficult actions.
Oh, no, definitely.
It was really difficult.
One-on-one with Williams
Yes.
inside the box. I mean,
great
that was probably the best one. Right now, we've seen once again how Suarez got injured. The opportunity there that he missed. Just barely, hitting the post. Then Rafinha as well. So Barca have gradually grown in the first half. I'd say maybe Athletic have been a bit better in the final minutes of the first half, even though we did have this chance that we're watching right now. Rafinha, the replacement of Luis Suarez.
Oh, what a goal. What a goal that would have been.
It would have been such a goal.
What
I mean,
a goal.
Unai gets his fingertips to it.
What a save, too. We got to give some credit to the keeper.
absolutely.
Oh, no,
What a save.
definitely.
What a goal it would have been, and what a save.
What do we
Incredible.
think? We'll talk about it a bit more later, but what do we think Valverde can ask from his players now at halftime?
I think we need to be more crucial on the forward zone. I think it's what we're missing more because there's control. We have the possession. The midfield, I think it's great because they're passing the ball through the area, next to the area. But I think when we get there, we don't know how to finish the plays. We just stay there. We try because we've been a bit unlucky to post. This says a lot also, but I think we need to be more effective in that area of the pitch.
We'll see. We'll see in the second half. Who we can talk to right now on the phone is Georgina. Georgina, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Robert. Can you hear me? Do you copy?
Copy.
What's it like there at the San Mamés Stadium?
So, always been one of my favorite stadiums, and when you get to see a game like this one, you always understand why. The ambience is crazy, the atmosphere is absolutely insane, and even though there are many Barca fans, you cannot hear them, obviously, because the Athletic crowd is just mind-blowing every time.
Georgina, what are your thoughts on the first half? Obviously, bad news in that Suarez had to leave injured.
Yeah. Actually, that's the thing that worries me the most. I just hope that it's nothing serious and it's more just like we're not taking any risks with him. Also, well, I think that it's the beginning. We need to take things slowly. We've got a new midfield, a new forward. It'll take some time. We need to get this chemistry on, but I think they will come together maybe in the second half. And in the end, we've created so many chances. We had this. We hit the woodwork twice. So amazing curler by Rafinha at the end of the first half. I mean, we're getting there. I think the goal is coming. It's not going to be easy. Nobody thought it was going to be easier. Remember my prediction, 0-1. I'm sticking with this one. And yeah, I think it's going to come in the second half, and we're going to get even better. Yeah.
Georgina, the final question, because Sarah brought it up. She says she loves what she's seeing of Frankie de Jong.
Sorry, I didn't understand you.
Sarah says that she loves what she's seeing of Frankie de Jong.
Yeah, I really like what Frankie's doing. I also think that Athletic have prepared his game a lot. Like, he's being, he's not getting all the possession that he probably wants, but it's only because of the effort that Athletic is making. And despite this, Frankie is getting his chances and he's distributing a lot of work. So when he doesn't have this rival in front, I mean, he's going to be great. I'm sure of that.
Well, thank you very much, Georgina, for those halftime thoughts. And
Robert.
we'll talk to you again when the game is finished, hopefully after winning 3 points.
Okay, thank you very much, Robert. Let me tell you, you look amazing in the new set. You look amazing in Barcelona Studios. I wanted to congratulate the whole team for that, okay?
Thank you very much, Georgina. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah, see you later. Bye.
Yeah, so that's what Georgina had to say. We'll quickly just disconnect from the game because I've prepared a halftime challenge for you. I don't know if the videos are ready.
The nerves
it's
are
one
back.
of those one of those challenges in which I've selected a few goals.
Okay.
We stop the action, and you have to guess where or how things ended. The theme here is goals on day one, on match day one. So if the videos are ready, we can start showing them. Are they ready, guys? I'm getting no answer at the moment. I mean, as soon as the videos are ready, we'll let them know. There are a few goals I've selected. One is Risto Stoichkov back in 1990. One is Romario in 93. The other one is Rivaldo in 1997. Then Philip Cocu.
I know, a lot of it is a throwback.
And Philip Cocu and Ivan Rakitic at the San Mamés Stadium. Okay, so I think that now we can see those goals. So let's show the first one. I don't know if we can see it here or... Oh, right there. Okay. This is Risto Stoichkov. Okay, sorry. Okay, can we show that one again? We show number one, please. Okay, all right. We're having some trouble. We're having some trouble with the videos. No problem.
We'll be back later.
We'll just keep on talking until it's solved. If we have time, we'll do it. If we don't have time, there's no problem at all because there's plenty to talk about. Yeah. Because Sarah, you were asking about my three highlights.
Yes, you've had so much time to think about it. I expect some
my
great
three highlights of the preseason.
Yeah.
Okay, so my first one. I got the chance to interview him just when he got here. So my
I saw.
Neto, who came across as a really nice guy, and he's put on some good performances during the preseason. So if anyone's worried about losing Jesper Cillessen, we have a replacement goalkeeper.
We do, yes.
Neto, he was the starter for Valencia. So I mean, honestly, we've made a good signing.
I have high expectations for him.
Okay, and he comes across as a really nice guy. Okay, I'll do my other two when we've finished this challenge. Okay, so this is number one.
Okay.
This is number one, Risto Stoichkov. The assist by Eusebio, through ball against Espanyol. Stoichkov in front of the keeper. Does it go 1 over the keeper, the lob, 2 into the top corner, or 3 down below? Sarah.
I'm going to go with 2.
You'll go with 2 top corner. Julia.
I'm going to say 3 down below.
3 down below. Okay, so let's show it.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
picked out the goals.
See if we can show the finish. There it is. Julia gets 1 point.
Okay.
There. The finish by Risto Stoichkov. That was his first goal as a Barca player, and it came against Espanyol, a team that he came to love over the years. Okay, so the second video, can we show it? Let's see, this is Romario at the Camp Nou against Real Sociedad. Here we go. He scored 3 that day. I like this one. The 1-2 with Guardiola. Romario. Does it go just over the shoulder of the keeper? That's option number 1. Does it go in the top corner? That's option number 2. Or down below, number 3?
I'm going to go with a little chip 1.
A little chip 1?
Yeah, I agree. Yes, 1.
His
You
body
agree,
looks
number
like
1?
he's gonna go
Okay,
for the
let's
chip.
see the outcome of this Romario goal. That was his second. And there it is.
Okay.
The little finish. Quality
Little cheeky
finish
chip.
over the keeper. That wasn't his best goal in that game. His best was the third. But I like the combination there with Pep Guardiola.
Yeah, brilliant.
Sensational stuff. That was on day 1 of the 93-94 season. This is goal number 3 that I've selected. Opener for the 97-98 season. Rivaldo with the free kick. Here we go. Where does the free kick go?
Okay, let's see. 1, 2, or
Either of the top corners or 3 down bottom left for the keeper.
Gonna go with 2.
2?
Yeah, me too. I was going to say 2.
You're going with 2?
Yes.
Okay, so where does it go? I'm just going to tell you you're not right. Number 3. A quality first goal for Rivaldo as a Barca player.
Oh, wow.
And it only costs $1 a day.
Major throwback,
Which means
Robert.
no more
I'm loving
upload.
it.
Get started at Keepstock.
And now the following 2 are goals we've scored at the Summer Miz in season openers. This is the 2003-2004 season.
Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com. Officially licensed everything.
This summer, you could check everything off the to-do list, like book a table at the hottest new restaurant. Go see the biggest shows at the coolest venues. Or you could take it from summer's favorite beer and just throw that checklist to the breeze and let yourself summer.
Sunday, La Liga is back on beIN Sports. Atlético de Madrid, Getafe, La Liga, exclusively on beIN Sports. Monday Night Soccer is back. The new soccer season is just starting, so join us to review the best games of the weekend in a jam-packed 2-hour show. Monday Night Soccer on beIN Sports. beIN Sports, home of Copa Libertadores. The quarterfinals are here. River Plate, the king of South America. Next Thursday, the champion needs to defend the crown. But Cerro Porteño will stop at nothing to cause an upset for the Monarchs. Copa Libertadores, live and exclusive on beIN Sports.
The first half of this match, Athletic Club looked to have the better of the play with Barcelona, but late in that first half, Barcelona started to come on. Let's see what the second half has in store. We'll be right back.
Every time it's been way too long, a Corona gets its lime. Every time you meet from across the party, and every time your favorite place is more about who than where, a Corona gets its lime.
Bombas presents No Show No Nos, the No Show sock, known the world over for sliding right off your heel, straight down your arch, and ending up between technically advanced no-shows with the promise of all-day stay. So visit bombas.com to grab a pair and get 20% off your purchase.
Soy Carlos del Pescado Ruiz. Quizá me conoces por mi época como futbolista profesional. Tengo información importante. El clásicotrips.com te ofrece boletos aéreos, te ofrece entradas al estadio, hoteles, transporte, paquetes para ir a ver al Barcelona, al Real Madrid.
No te pierdas el clásico entre el Barça y el Real Madrid este 27 de octubre en el Camp Nou. El paquete incluye avión, hotel, traslados, tour de la ciudad, tour del estadio y lo más importante, tu entrada al juego. Haz tu sueño realidad con el clásicotrips.com.
Every time a vacation day interrupts a work day, a Corona gets its lime. Every time your favorite getaway is a block away. And every time the last thing you want to do is leave. A Corona gets its lime.
They say I walk like a king, talk like a king. You can next around now, say the same things. Make way for the king. Make way for the king.
Getting ready for a second half kickoff from the San Mamés. Hope, what adjustment would you make if you're Barcelona?
I want to see more wing play from Barcelona. When Griezmann got the ball out wide, he tended to pass the ball backwards. He didn't take players on that we know he can do, but now he's going to be playing more centrally, so I want to see what he can do now in the center of the park.
Okay. KK for Athletic?
Williams, for me, put one in the back of the net. They've had opportunities. They've had 4 shots on target. It's all about putting one behind and then just sitting into a block of 4 defenders, block of 4 midfielders, and not letting Barcelona in behind.
And a second substitution as Rakitic comes in for Carlos Olenia. Phil and Ray are ready to go. Enjoy the second half.
Thanks, gang. And there's a good look at Gerard Piqué. You might have seen some of the video, but the big center back, Piqué for Barcelona. His boss, Ernesto Valverde. Phil Shane, Ray Hudson with you. Jose Hernandez, Jaime Macias on our Spanish language side, and glad you have joined us for the opening match of the 2019-20 campaign. Frankie de Jong with the little heel flick to himself. No Messi, no Busquets, he's on the bench. No Suarez, injured in the first half, Ray. No score either.
Well, plenty of improvement everywhere needed in Barcelona's, but not so much in Athletic Club. They've certainly been very solid and adventurous in their own way. They have been combative and closing down with the usual energy, and Barcelona haven't had the players or the teamwork to play through that press. It's been very much not, well, going sideways, if you like. Dembele is the player that has got to really put his head up over the pulpit and find his game, because he has been very, well, he's been anonymous, Phil, and that part of it is the worst insult that any footballer can have. You can have an off game, you can have a poor passing game if you're involved, but Dembele has been anonymous. Rafinha has been okay when he got in. He certainly sparked a little bit. Alanya hasn't been so bad. Frankie de Jong has been pretty decent as well. But Dembele is the man. Got to really find his feet. And as far as the width play, every time Alba's got down, well, now he doesn't have that cross to hit without Suarez. It's going to have to take a different approach to find Antoine Griezmann, and for Barcelona fans, hopefully Dembele. For Athletic Club, it's just not that complicated. It's steady as you go, lock and load defense, and a lot of responsibility in the teamwork. And they'll try to take their chances on the break and the set pieces.
Well, no Suarez. That was one substitution. Rafinha out there. Coach's decision, apparently, Alanya out, Rakitic in. And there you see the Croatian field general on the ball. Thought they might swing Sergio Roberto over, but it looks like they've moved Sergio a little higher up in a diamond. Near side, Semedo. Munayin back to defend. You see that wall of 4 with the wings of Iker Munayin and Oscar de Marcos. At least at the start of the second half, Athletic trying to make sure the dam does not break. Here comes Semedo. Into a trap. Down he goes. Yeray with the bite. Actually, that was Dani Garcia. Here's Piqué again. 5th interception of the day. Only one substitution left. Busquets has tended to be that player off the bench when he gets a day to make all the dominoes line up. slid away for the corner. They do have Umtiti as well if they need. The backup goalkeeper, Iñaki Peña, and Carlos Perez, who did well. And then Junior Firpo, who might just get a look on that left side. Dembele with an in-swinger. Third corner for Barca. Near post, flicked on, but over.
Well, change of attitude since a much criticised Blondie Rakitic has come in, and it's a half-decent effort. Lovely ball played in by Dembele, and that alone might give him a little bit of confidence that he's sorely needing.
Athletic still with its...
How comfortable has Athletic Club been in that first half as well, Phil, where Barcelona have just been laying off them. And look at this situation here with Munayin setting a tone. There's a foul there, but that's the type of tone sometimes you need, certainly for the home team. And see too much of that sort of energy being expelled by Barcelona when Athletic Club had their ball, and they had a good bit of it. It may not look it statistically, but it seemed that they were doing more with their possession than Barcelona did. Not the brightest of starts in the first game of the season. Big guns missing, of course.
Although they did have a good chance as well on that shot by Rafinha. Maybe their only good chance.
Yeah, but it's speculative. It's a wonderful strike, but it was a product of just individual skill. In the same way Suarez got gifted that one chance, there hasn't been the craft from Barcelona that we're accustomed to seeing. Maybe here.
On the flank. But different page again with Sergio Roberto.
Poor ball.
Yeah,
There's no other way of discussing this, Phil. It's an absolute horror pass from Dembele. I mean, it's a simple A to B pass to an open player.
Here is Rafinha. Goes near post, but can't sneak it in.
Yeah, Griezmann wanted this pulled back, and he says maybe next time. This is a good ball from Dembele. He spots the run and delivers a nicely weighted pass. No pressure on him, and he's fortunate in some ways to get it through the legs of Ander Kappa, but it finds its target, and the second pass to Griezmann was the one that was on.
Sails over the outstretched fingertips of Unai Simon. Goal kick. Did he get a touch?
Yeah.
Take another look. Yep, he did. Piqué has a future with the flag in this business. Driven into the near post, trying to glance at Griezmann, but off target.
I like attacking this near post on the set pieces from the corners. And again, good quality delivery in. It's a serious question. He has the hit from the substitute that's come in, and Rafinha nicely involved in the danger, and then the explanation to Griezmann, who wanted that pull back to him. Will develop.
Ray mentioned Carlos Perez, the young phenom in the attack for Barcelona, on the bench. Athletic has one of their own, the 19-year-old Oyan Sanset. They're calling him the crown jewel of Athletic's next golden generation, and we might see him before this day is done. Beautiful step up. does not stay down.
He's got to snatch at this. It's one that he cannot turn down, one that he doesn't want to control, because the dynamic of a bouncing ball in front of a player like this cannot be refused. Bang! And he just cannot adjust it to get through the centre of the ball just by a few degrees.
Talking about how Athletic has been able to give Barcelona all it could handle. They're not exactly full strength either. Inigo Martinez, who might well be starting on that back line. Ibai Gomez, who was phenomenal last season. Both of them among the walking wounded. So it's not just Barcelona missing players. Here's Rakitic. Rafinha, good run.
I haven't said all that though, Phil. Athletic Club's doing without their players a lot better than Barcelona are.
Dembele loves the left. Alba. Oscar back to defend, and he reads it well. Backheel to himself inside his own box, but Athletic will live to tell the tale.
And the ball to Dembele, never going to find its target. Harsh criticism, but you expect more of Dembele. And starting to flash at it a little bit, but this man has made a difference.
Curling run Griezmann, but the pass goes for Dembele, and it goes just a touch too far.
Good invite though for him. Kind of criticise the questioning pass. Here's the other one. Griezmann trying to flash it.
Pass it on, he says. What was that cartoon last year? When in danger, break glass, with Lionel Messi on the inside. They don't have a hammer to break the glass at the moment, and at the moment that glass might be empty. And Iñaki Williams, burst of speed, but he can't turn the shot inside the post.
And well covered by Langley, forcing Iñaki into more and more of an acute angle. Route 1 football, and just comes off Frankie de Jong. And again, it takes something ultra special to beat ter Stegen from this angle.
Hint of a handball on de Jong. I think that's what the referee was chatting about.
Advantage was played.
As you see, building out of the back, who else but Barcelona would take advantage of the new goal kick rule? Nice control, Garcia. Long lay, heads it to safety. Rafinha. Ridden off, fairly, says the ref. Semedo scythed down from behind by Yuri.
Well, still early, more than half an hour to play. This game on a very, very tight edge. Barcelona living dangerously, not causing too much threat to Athletic Club. And without the medicine man, of course, it just shows you what the limitations of Barcelona can be. It may not be anything less than obvious, but man, when you see it in live time, Phil.
In.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think they realize that this is an aging squad. Try and get the most out of it.
I don't see anything coming out of it. And the whole style of this play is, well, I don't think I'd ever say it, but pretty boring for Barcelona's standards. Let's be honest. It needs a spark from somewhere, maybe from Rakitic.
Whistles.
Just not that type of player, but this man is. He needs to come out of his shell. Oh,
step in, Dani Garcia. Unai Lopez looking long.
He's unlucky there, de Jong.
Referee with the whistle. The fans have a few of their own.
Replay will show much intent there was here. And that's close to being a simultaneous touch of the ball and contact on the player. Now, is this one to be sizzled towards Unai? Spanish Youth International is proving up to snuff on everything.
No Messi, no Suarez, no Coutinho. We know what Dembele can do. He just doesn't get the chance much. We've reached the hour. Dembele, caress.
And the way it's going on is the yellow cards produced the PK. Is if Athletic Club do strike pay dirt, if they can grab a goal, then you look at what this Barcelona team here today. Well, he's going to take a brave hit, and he's going to take a hell of an accurate one. But at this distance, with the wall backed off, the player of an exceptional talent, the likes of Ika Munayin, can strike with the power and allow the dip. It looks like it's going to be fought over here. Yuri, the ex-Paris Saint-Germain man, wants a piece of this. And as you said earlier in the first half, Phil, this number 17 can strike a ball with venom.
PK wanting to make sure Raul Garcia is okay, and then attackers not allowed to be in if the wall has more than 3, but there isn't a wall here. They try it with Yuri, but the shot sails. Interesting, no wall for Barcelona. They all just sprinted out towards the loose ball. The game changing in front of our eyes. Rakitic holding on to it a bit too long. Dembele, Garcia appears to be okay. Garitano once more. They've survived that opening quarter hour tactical shift from Barcelona. Now let's see if Athletic gets it back on the front foot.
No, certainly Garitano imploring his men to do this, that, or the other. Meanwhile, Valverde pretty quiet down there, it seems, and hasn't had any influence on this response in the second half from his superstars. Look disconnected, Phil.
There, as you look on the bench, not a whole bunch there. And if Coutinho does depart and no one comes in to replace him, hint, hint, it might be even less stocked. Beñat looks to be in shape among those loosening.
In this game, he's been class.
Let me ask you this before that pass, though. In your mind, has Frankie de Jong displaced Sergi Busquets as the starting holding midfielder?
It's very early days, but he's shown nothing other than good composure, and in a team that's just looking so disjointed and uninspired, and a team that looks as if they're needing tightening up in every position against not a sparkling team in Athletic Club. This is a
lay in good
He
position.
had to go downstairs only in with Williams inside the box, and there was two on either side of Inaki, so
Silly play by Nunez. Didn't need to make the contact. Rakitic wasn't going to get there anyway. Last year at the new count, 1-1 the score.
again, got to remember as well that this team, as I said earlier in the first half, Phil, unbeaten here in 14 home league matches. They do it their way. It may not be the most razzle-dazzle football you'll see, but this cinder block, tough and built to give exactly this type of frustrating performance and then live on the break. And here's one here.
Good feet by the big man Garcia.
Numbers in the box this
DeMarcos.
time. Poor ball.
And it carries.
And no excuse by a good player in Oscar DeMarcos. He's got time. He's got targets to hit.
And it is going to be the kid. Sunset ready to make his La Liga debut.
Yeah, DeMarcos finally gets the shepherd's hook.
A round of applause for DeMarcos. Here's the roar. The crown jewel of and he will get the whistle against Semedo. But we haven't seen VAR. But they haven't beat him in league play since Iker Muniain scored in 2013. Here is Iker. Skips off of Longley. Griezmann defending. Garcia back. Garcia again. Iñaki challenges. Game of soccer tennis just outside the Barcelona area. Well, Garitano doesn't appear to be bothered. Sergio Roberto. Griezmann. Again with the injury to Suarez, Griezmann getting more of a free rein in the middle. Rafinha. Midway through the second half. Athletic content to keep Barca out wide. Cross for Longley. Dembele steps in. Alba. Rafinha, the back heel. Again, Nunez. That was probably the biggest step up by Athletic last year under Garitano. You mentioned 6th from the bottom in scoring. They were 6th from the top in goals allowed. Sloppy touch. Kappa almost gives it back. There's space.
Gift from Sergio Roberto this time, catching this slowly spreading disease of just nothing in terms of anything penetrative.
Is there an answer? In for Roberto. Back to Alba. Rakitic deep.
Good runs by Griezmann, but inviting run is there from him, but no delivery through. It's as if they are really getting to know each other on the job here, Phil. The connection, physically and mentally, through the football is just not there.
Dembele. Roberto tries to scoop and can't get it done. Steps up to steal it away. In for Dembele. On to Griezmann, but he can't get the shot away. And the rebound falls to Rakitic, but he rockets it over the bar.
Well, it's Griezmann that keeps us alive. And the camera focusing on him rightly. Sergio Roberto does well, pulls it back to Dembele, who left foot turns into a jellyfish and goes over, and under him finally falls back to Ivan Rakitic, who tries to score another one. Saw a wonderful goal by him in Miami in a similar circumstance, but nothing. World Cup. Confidence and inspiration. It's 3 World Cup winners from France in this Barcelona team with Umtiti. Dembele, time starting to run out on proving to be a real disappointing performance.
Well, if you believe the rumors, PSG wants him as part of a deal to get Neymar back, but he doesn't want to go. Might not be his choice after today. A little nip at the heels from Unai Lopez.
It's well recognized when he was at Borussia Dortmund, and we saw it in flashes last year. And then you think after that introduction, the settling down, and all sorts of different lifestyles, because he had some problems on a personal level, immaturity. Well, as the clock ticked by, you thought that you might see more. And really in the early going of this game, let's not forget, Dembele was, as I said, at half-time, anonymous. So see if he can pull one out of the fire here.
Less than 20 to go. Gets a second chance from De Jong. Turns, drives, threads, and misses the stitch. Mentioned 2013, the last time Athletic had beaten Barcelona thanks to Iker Muniain. That year, those points proved costly, as Atletico won the title by 3 points over Barca and Real.
They just look like a set of marbles thrown onto a glass table, Barcelona, to my eyes. There's players playing in position, but they're just not feeding off of each other at all. And how much does that come down to being drilled, being coached? It's got to be said. I don't buy it that it's early days.
Longley harassed by Williams. But what about the old axiom, you're only as good as your players? Good drop back by Rakitic.
You can take that one and you look at the team that performed in Rome. Was it learned? Anfield? Was it learned? And then the way it dissolved towards the end of last season. If Barcelona are not going to get rid of this coach after that, they're going to stick with him throughout this season. And on this performance, Phil, it just doesn't embolden any Barcelona fan that there's a lot to be squeezed out of this, other than the magic man when he comes back.
Rakitic looking on the diagonal, nicely nodded by Alba. Dembele touches it back. A certain Xavi, in his coaching debut, has his team, into the quarterfinals of the Asian Champions League? Might not be much, but there is a shadow looming. Back for Semedo. Deflected wide. Rafinha, but it slips. Chance for Muniain. Again, De Jong.
Well read.
Flashing through was favorite, the 24-year-old. Paired well with Unai Nunez, and mentioned Inigo when he comes back.
The reality of the Dembele performance here tonight as well, he's still living hope, if you're a Barcelona fan, that he has got that incredible electric switch, but it's been nowhere close to it. And see who Perez is going to come in for.
Only one shot on goal so far for Barcelona.
There's a story in that one line.
And as you pointed out, that was Rafinha's hopeful shot from distance. Dembele dishes wide. Alba sweeps, and then sweeping it away is Nunez. Carlos Perez, will it be their youngster? 21 years of age. Actually came up from Espanyol before he joined Barcelona. And one of the bright spots in their summer tour. And interesting, taking out Sergio Roberto. Winger. They'll probably slide Rafinha more to the inside, and that is what they've done. Carlos Perez. So to pick the pace up.
So static.
The timing seems off.
He's a string puller, all right. I think it's arriving now to the time where Barcelona may need to take a chance or two and really start pushing up Jordi Alba into that midfield. There's not much threat to contain in this athletic club, but coach Valverde doesn't seem to be willing to pull that card out of his hand yet.
De Jong, Rakitic, 2 to beat. And he puts it in between. Lasted long, and Athletic seems content. Mentioned Iñaki Williams ran over 10 kilometers in the first half alone. He looks a little gassed. Just a short while ago, we saw the 38-year-old Adit Saduris on the bench.
Alba starting to get a little bit more advanced here. If they can make use of that, Phil, that might be the back door that could be unlocking Athletic Club. But they've got to find him, and Dembele couldn't find his with 2 hands.
Given right back, though. Which then again puts more pressure on Longley if Williams picks up a head of steam.
And the awareness of Ter Stegen, I think that's something that a brave coach would live with and take that chance.
Perez drives to the inside. again beats the press.
And he does it individually because he ain't got any help. He's got no other option. Frankie and Alba combine, and here's a wonderful squirrel on a telephone wire. Beautiful setup. Ignores Griezmann, that might have been on, but it was worth an effort.
Dembele from the corner, launching high over everyone, and Piqué gives. Looking solid. De Jong looking to the manner born, and Rafinha finally back healthy. Nice round of applause from the San Mamés faithful. They will pull out more of a holding midfielder and stick in, I guess, the Basque equivalent of a regista. Unai Lopez, the homegrown 23-year-old, exits.
Nicely involved game.
Daniel Echeverria enters.
Unquestionably the heart of most of. Throughout this game, and